Hello everybody, welcome back to Road Reg, and on today's video I have learnt something new about the M140i and it's been quite stressful to say the least. So about a month ago I noticed my air conditioning was not working anymore, and this was a little bit of a problem because we are in the middle of summer, as we were last month, even more so. 28.5 degrees. Feels like 40 in here. Holy moly. So I took it to get re-gassed, because when your air conditioning isn't working, what's the first thing you do? Well, you go and get it re-gassed. And I went and got it re-gassed and they said, "I'm really sorry, sir, but we can't seem to get it to hold any of the gas. It's released all the pressure. We've read the codes and it says that the system is running too hot and the bar is too high, as in the pressure bar, way too high, so it's releasing all of the gas that I just paid £60 to have put in." And I'm thinking, okay, that's quite stressful at the moment. So I did a bit of research. The air conditioning and the charge cooler reservoir, because there's two reservoirs on the 140. You've got the main coolant one, and then you've got the little one next to it, which is for the charge cooler. And the charge cooler cools the intake temps down like an intercooler, but it does it differently on the M140i. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't quite fully understand it. Now, I've never really paid attention to that one because at the time, it hadn't really used any coolant at all. I always would check it when I'm checking the engine coolant, just because I'm there. And the engine coolant uses the tiniest amount. I've had this car since new. I've done all the miles on it, and it's always used a little bit of coolant, maybe like once every few months. I mean, I'm talking really small, but never had a problem with that. And for that reason, I've obviously checked the charge coolant reservoir and it's never used a single drop. So I haven't really paid too much attention to it until I read this post on Reddit where someone else had a problem with their air conditioning, and apparently it was linked to the charge cooler. He had that sorted out and the air conditioning worked again, something on those lines. But that instantly made me go, right, let's go check the charge coolant reservoir right now. Obviously when I let the engine cool down, and I went to check it, and lo and behold, it was empty. I bought about 20 litres of coolant in total, and it just got through all of it. And I'm thinking, okay, we've got a serious problem. And I noticed that the engine was not performing as I'm used to it performing. I noticed when you put your foot down, it's kind of maybe holding back on the power a little bit. Really strange. Maybe it felt like it lost about 60 brake horsepower. That's what it felt like to me anyway. So I immediately booked it in to a local garage that I know and trust. To be honest with you, I normally go to a specialist, but these guys are local, and I've gone through 20 litres of coolant in like a week, maybe 2 weeks, okay? I'm exaggerating slightly. Let's say 2 weeks. So I'm thinking, right, okay, let's call these guys up, tell them what's going on. Got the car booked in. They had a look at it, and the nice chappy there said to me, "Reg, you've got a hole in your radiator. Looks like a stone's gone through it, and it's taken out the radiator behind." That would explain the rapid loss of coolant. However, from the front, I'll try and find a picture for you now and pop it on screen. Yeah, you can see a little indent, but it doesn't look like that significant. But he did say to me when he had a proper look, there was coolant literally everywhere, and I was smelling coolant as well. So I got it booked in with these guys, replaced the radiator. I ordered a Sunsport grill because I've heard people talking about these grills before, and I thought, you know what, let's put the new radiator on and then I'll order a Sunsport grill, and at the garage I'll fit it so it's on when the radiator's freshly installed. So on the way home, if any stones were to go through those little gaps, would be protected. And then someone made me realise on the Facebook group that B&W actually make an OEM grille protector. I had literally no idea that this was a thing. Okay, I've just spent 133 quid on this Sunsport grill, and it's only protecting the bottom half of the radiator, and the fitment is it's not bad, but it kind of protrudes a bit at the bottom, like it's not tight enough. And yeah, I was a little bit kind of disappointed with that. So I ended up selling that, and I bit the bullet and I bought a brand new OEM radiator grille protection package from Arnold Clark B&W, because I'm the kind of guy who likes to do things properly. That Sunspot grille was great, but it's only protecting the bottom half of the radiator, and the kidney grills on the B&Ws have wide enough gaps that stones can easily get through and cause major issues. I can't afford to get another stone through this radiator. The amount of stress that caused me having no AC in the middle of summer, but also the specialist telling me that we can't figure out why it's wrong, even though there was a leak, but the leak was actually covered by the undertray of this car. So it wasn't obvious, and it must have gotten significantly worse after I took it to the specialist, because by the time I got to the new place, the coolant leak was so bad you could really smell it. Like everywhere you drive, it's like there's that sweet coolant smell, and that's when you know, yeah, we got a big problem, because obviously that leak would have got worse as I was driving it. I've now got the OEM radiator grille protection on a brand new radiator on this car, professionally installed, and I'm very happy about it, because I now not need to worry about any naughty stones going through those radiators and causing me a massive stressful headache in the middle of summer again. Or any time, in fact. Now, strangely enough, when I picked up my car from the garage, the AC didn't actually work, and it was a really, really hot day, about the same temperature as it is today, 28 degrees. And I was sitting in traffic, aircon's on, and it's blowing out warm air. So I'm happy that I've got the coolant leak sorted, but in my mind, it hasn't fixed the air conditioning. So I ran the AC for about a week, every day I drove the car, just to make sure there was no blockages or anything like that, and just to see if anything would change, because I was convinced that that leak was the reason my air conditioning had stopped working. And lo and behold, after a week of nothing, it kicked in and has been working flawlessly. And oh my word, I've got it on now, 16.5 degrees. In fact, let's knock it down to the minimum, 16 degrees. Oh baby, I will never say a bad word about air conditioning ever again, because it is bloody lovely. And I've got to be honest with you guys, I've never been a big fan of AC until mine broke. So hey, we've still got a little bit of summer left. It's a hot day, it's 28.5 degrees today, and I am cool as a cucumber. Literally, I've got it on 16 degrees. It's ice cold. I've been checking the coolant every day when the engine's cool, because obviously when you rebleed a system, there might be airlocks. And I've topped it up once with a bit of distilled water, barely any at all. It's holding the coolant. The engine has got all of its power back. I mean, it is driving like a dream. Let's have a little demo now, look. It is pulling so strong, and it wasn't like that when I had that coolant problem, and I didn't realise that it was because of that until I took it to that garage and they said, yeah, you've got a stone through your radiator. And they read the codes, and obviously it said intake temp's too high because it's the charge cooler. So yeah, the engine is working like a dream. It's holding the coolant. The aircon is lovely and cool, and wow, I'm just super happy about that. But like I said at the start of this video, I made a mistake, and the mistake is not fitting that grille quicker enough. If you have an M140i, get that radiator protection grille, or at least get the Sunspot grille that will protect the lower half of the radiator, which is where the stone went through on mine. It might be a fairly bit expensive actually buying it and fitting it. I think in total you're looking at about, I don't know, £300-400 with the part. It's not cheap, but if you have a stone go through the radiator which causes loads of problems like lack of engine power, you have to buy loads of coolant to keep topping it up, and that costs money, your air conditioning stops working, you're going to have an absolute headache like I did. I was really stressed out about this, and now it's fixed. I've got a brand new radiator. the OEM grille protection kit, and we are good to go, guys. That is a bit of an update on what's been going on with the M140i recently. I'm making this video just to let you know what's been going on, but also to hopefully encourage you guys to get a grille protector for your radiator. Either go OEM or Sunsport. The Sunsport doesn't fit that great and it only protects half the radiator, but the actual gaps on the plastic grille that comes from the factory are so wide, you are running a serious risk of stone damage through the radiator. Deep down, I've kind of known about this, but because I went so long without having a problem, I kind of ignored it. And then hit the fan, stone went through the radiator, lost engine power, loads of coolant loss, air conditioning not working, loads of stress, loads of money. I don't want you guys to have to go through that. So get yourself an OEM stone protection guard from B&W or Sunsport or any other brand that make one, just anything to protect your radiator. So you can sleep easy at night knowing that the next drive you do isn't going to be hindered by a big old stone going through your radiator. And shame on me for not doing it earlier. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Keep on motoring, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.